lives and what did they do, there will be questions about our own selves. So this is, Dr. Yasser Bakkar is, in this article is introducing 4 different ways, effective techniques, psychological techniques of dealing with oneself. Number 1 thing is al-hadith ma'a al-nafs, talking to your own self. Unfortunately, many times when we are talking to ourselves, that happens all the time. As a matter of fact, that happens all the time. If you are not talking to somebody, you are talking to yourself. You are thinking to yourself. So as we are thinking, many times we think, look at him, look, mashallah, he is successful, she is successful, that's what they appreciate, oh, that's what I missed, that's how much. It's very much negative that, what we are talking to ourselves. And we are sending this negative, image all the time about ourselves. Many times we are having this negative image of ourselves. The technique is take a short time to talk positively to yourself. From the very beginning of the day, first thing in the morning. If you can just start appreciating the ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you have a new day, I'm alive, I'm full of energy and everything. If you are looking in the mirror and that's how you're talking to yourself, try it and practice it and you will see a difference in your life. Other than, oh my God, I wish that I could have 2 more hours of sleep or this or that. You're thinking something negative versus thinking something positive in the beginning of the day and all the time. So if you remember the ni'am of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how many ni'am on you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you, you will appreciate that, you will think positively. I got a new day, I'm able to move, I have a job. Maybe you are complaining about your job but others do not have jobs, this and that. So think positively of some things and you will see positive results for that. Technique number 2 is the power of words. The power of words. Many times you ask somebody, how are you? Okay, not bad. When somebody asks you this, there is a power for the word that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about in the Quran. A word is like what? What is the example Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving for the word in the Quran? Is like a tree. A tree, shajara. If it is good tree, Allah gives us the detailed example of that. It is a tree that will go up and gives fruits and good word. Try that. If somebody asks you, how are you doing today? Great. Say good words and you will see the outcome of that. Should I lie about that? No, you don't have to lie. It's just a relative matter. Yes, you have some issues and difficulties, but again, look at the things that you have and others do not have, and you will see your life and your situation in a much better, positive way. So talk positive, and you will see the outcome for that. You might think, you have a little headache in the morning or some other time. If you think of it, somebody is asking you, this is, horrible pain, horrible headache, and I'm about to die or something. That's what you get. That's what you will feel. Versus just a little pain and I'm going to deal with it. It's going to make a huge difference. قوة الكلمة. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it's clear in the hadith and in the Quran. One day, for example, he visited an Arabi. Hadith al-Bukhari. Very authentic hadith. He visited this man who was sick. He had a fever, humma. And he said, tahur, inshallah. That was his way, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to spread, the positive attitude and the positive power. Tahur, look at it as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will purify you with this disease. Like a lot of sins, how many sins will be taken away from you? You will be purified by that. And the old man, he said, بَلْ هِيَ حُمَّى تَفُورُ عَلَى شَيْخٍ كَبِيرٍ لِتُورِدَهُ الْقُبُورِ. He said it's a burning fever coming to an old man, and I think it's going to take me to the grave. He said, قَالَ فَهِيَ إِذًا. He said, well, okay, it is. What are you saying? قَالَ فَلَمْ يُمْسِ مِنْ غَدِي حَتَّى مَاتَ. It was just until the next day night, and he passed away. The Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the point is, he said, well, if that's what you think, yes, that's what you get. So think positive and say, yes, inshallah. It is difficult, it is this and that, but, think positively. Try to تفاءلوا بالخير تجدوا. في أثر it's not as authentic, but the meaning is right. And the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, think positively of things. Be optimistic about things, and you will see, you will get the outcome likewise. Technique number 3, قوة الأسئلة, the power of questions. Many times we are trapped into, what should I do? I need to make some changes in my life. Should I change my career? Should I do that? How do I change this bad habit? And you are trapped into into, a situation that you are not capable of getting out of it. The power of ask yourself the right questions. Asking the right questions, according to Anthony Robbins, he said if you ask those who ask themselves the right questions, they will be successful. They will get the right answer and they will be successful. So ask yourself questions like, what is my goal? What do I want to do in my life? How do I want to change? What can take me to that change? What is the most difficult obstacle in my way of change? Ask yourself the right questions and you will get the right answers and you will be able to make that change in your life. See, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, how many questions he would ask about anything. Somebody is asking him a question, he will ask him so many questions to clarify the case. And sometimes he would start asking the questions, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, asking other people the questions. So let's learn how to ask the right questions. Number 4 is قوة التصور, the power of imagination. Many times we either ignore this power of التخيل والتصور والنظر, imagination, or we abuse it. الخاطرة أو النظر أو الاهتمام. What are you thinking of? What's going on in your heart and your mind? That's very important. Use that. Use it the right way. Those who study medicine, for example, or anybody studying anything but medicine in specific, they take so many years of study and so many hours, and it's frustrating sometimes. But if you imagine where you're going to be in the future, yes, I'm thinking I'm going to be that kind of doctor in the future, I'm going to be making that much money or that much success in my life, and how my parents would be proud of me and the society. Nothing wrong with that. Think of yourself there. And see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how many times He's talking about Jannah and very, very deep details of Jannah, talking to males how, al-hur al-ain will be like, and urub al-atrab. He's trying to make you think of that specific vision, to have a vision, visualization of what's in there. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is talking about trees, specific, 100 years, somebody on the back of a speedy, fast horse, and he does not even cover this tree. So he is giving you details to think of it, and if you think of something, then this pushes you to work to get there. Dream, the power of dreams. Dream about something. Do not be trapped there. But first of all, you have to have this power to dream and to see yourself somewhere and put yourself in the right place, and then do the right work, and you will be there. To give an example for that, it's like the engineer. The engineer is putting an outline for something. It's a machine, it's an engine, it's an architect, whatever it is. He has to visualize it first and put the outline first. This is going to be the door, this is going to be, put it in there, and then you will see it. You will, when it comes to reality, it's not going to come to reality until you see it first in there. I conclude by this example. Hatim al-Asam, one of the tabi'een, and mashallah, he had this special kind of prayer and khushu', and everybody around him was wondering, like, how could we get to that level of khushu' and being focused in salah? He said, well, that's what I do, that's the technique that I do, and basically he's using quwwat al-tasawwur, this, imagination or power of the heart. He's saying that أقوم إلى صلاتي, when I stand up for my salah, وأجعل الكعبة بين حاجبي, I put the Kaaba right in front of between my two eyebrows, like it's right here. I think of it. It's in front of me. Kaaba is there. والصراط تحت قدمي, and I think of a sirat, this bridge over Jahannam that everybody should pass. I think that I'm walking on it. It's right now. It's under my feet. As I'm in prayer, I'm thinking Kaaba is in front of me. I'm on a sirat right now. والجنة عن يميني, I think of al-Jannah on my right hand side. I can see it. It's right here. I imagine it. وَالنَّارَ عَنْ يَسَارِي, and the hellfire I can imagine it's on my left side. Al-Jannah is here, Nar is here. قَالَ وَمَلَكُ الْمَوْتِ عَلَى رَأْسِي, and the death angel, I imagine he's just at my head, like about to claim my soul. And I think of this salah as my last salah. And that makes me get to that level for sure. So think about it and imagine it and practice it. That the Jannah is, or put your own way of thinking of it anyway. But use this power of imagination or of visualization. The last thing that I conclude with is, these are not just information. It's not going to work. It's not a matter of information. It's more of skills and training. So it's just like driving. driving a car or something. Before you drive, it's like something hard to learn. It's going to take time. But once you practice it and you learn it, and you put your goals in there, you use your imagination, power of imagination and visualization, you use the power of the words, and always make positive goals and ask yourself the right question and talk to yourself in a positive way. Practice that, the more you will acquire it and you will be successful in it, and it will give you what you are looking for.